они все из лего, и все не то. Я собрался в путь, дорог в мини-цум. Эмоции не скроешь, видно по лицу. Я лего, 15 тысяч деталей, и все разобраны, я лего, рассыпаны на столе. Попробуй собери лего.
We got two athletes here, Santa Monica Pier Beach. Oh, she's off to a strong start. Second place coming in. Oh, I don't know. She's pulling ahead. She's pulling ahead. And woo! We got a winner. We got a winner right here. Oh, okay. She left me hanging.
Четыре таких девушки могут поместиться внутри вот этого человека. Фрик-бой, да, но это историческое событие.
Идет вперед,
полное ТВ пошел вперед, вы посмотрите.
Подстреливает руками сейчас. Дарина пытается не подпустить этого амбала к себе.
Делает все абсолютно правильно, но зажимает Гриша ее у сетки.
Ой-ой-ой, Дарина в опасности, ведь он может просто ее завалить и задушить своим животом. Я не знаю, как это еще назвать.
Не так просто ей приходится, но посмотрите, отбивается. Самое главное, она сделала, она отошла от сетки, она сейчас не зажата.
Какое необычное зрелище мы сейчас наблюдаем, это пугает, будем честными. Клинч между 250-килограммовым мужчиной и 60-килограммовой женщиной. И абсолютно непонятно, что там происходит.
И самое обидное, да, что сейчас за этим человеком, за его фигурой мы не видим, что творится с Дариной Маздюк.
Дарина может полностью спрятаться внутри складок Гриши Чистякова. Как бы странно не звучало.
Рэперы разнимают бойцов, даже непонятно, как называть их. Наверное, да, правильно будет все-таки говорить бойцов из уважения к Дарине Маздюк. Очень отчаянная девушка.
Ой, пропускает в голову!
Срубает Гришу, полное ТВ, добивание в партере.
Близко к финишу, Дарина!
От того, чтобы выиграть этот исторический бой.
Но рефери не торопится останавливать, потому что огромные плечи. Стучит сам Гриша. Остановка боя. Технический нокаут в этом странном бою. Дарина победила огромного Голиафа.
В этом супербою мировой истории победила Дарина Маздюк техническим нокаутом.
Story about Haas in the backfield with McIsaac. McIsaac going up top.
Cleaning, plus I keep the nana real sweet for your eating. Yes, you be the boss and yes, I be respecting whatever that you tell me, cause it's game you be spitting. Oh, best believe that when you need that, I'll provide that. You will always have it. I'll be on day I told that specifically. When you need
This is what happens when you don't listen.
Men always say how women's soccer sucks. Then come to the field and try it with us.
The Australian women's national team, who were ranked number 5 in the world at the time, lost 7-0 to a team of 15-year-old boys.
I had the distinct pleasure of being at the oral defense of the PhD research and thesis of a very dear friend of mine about 15 years ago. It was in the field of sports psychology, and I was there with a couple of his other friends as well as his wife. And he was actually granted his PhD. His research was confirmed, but what was most fascinating to me was what he was attempting to confirm or prove untrue. And it was simply this: what's the difference between coaching female athletes versus coaching male athletes? And so what he did in his research was he interviewed all of the coaches in the NCAA who coached both a male and a female sport at divisions 1, 2, and 3. So at all levels of collegiate athletics. And what his research yielded, and again, it was confirmed, and please understand, this is not an absolute. Research is not an absolute, it's general principles that these coaches who coach both saw. And it's fundamentally this: female athletes need to feel accepted before they perform, male athletes need to perform before they feel accepted. It's interesting, isn't it? That the coach of female athletes would be wise to create a sense of community and support and love and family among their athletes if they want to get the best out of their female athletes. Coaching male athletes, you might be wise to understand that throwing praise on a young male athlete who doesn't feel he's earned it first, it might fall on deaf ears. But what there's great overlay. I've used this in my counseling of couples, in careers, in corporate settings, in bedroom settings, this whole notion of acceptance and performance. But what I find fascinating is that we all share that longing for acceptance and that longing to perform. And so my simple question to you tonight is, to what degree are you waiting for the approval, the acceptance of some external power source before you finally perform? Or the acceptance of those around you before you finally perform? And if your desire is to perform, to do something with your life, at what point do you accept yourself and go fucking perform anyway? Damn the cost. Damn whether or not there's acceptance. Or if you're on the other side of it, you're seeking that acceptance, but you always feel it's tied to performance. And that's just as bankrupt in some ways, because that's the child who grew up feeling they always had to earn someone's love. It was never just granted because of who you are. I have to do something in order to achieve it from that external power source. So in what way are you short-circuiting your own life and feeling accepted and performing and doing the things you want to do with your life because you're waiting for something from an external power source? Have a kick-ass day.
The fastest woman in the world comes in 6,349th place among the fastest men in the world.
I think where women's football is now, in terms of the professionalism, in terms of all the resources and training, I think a top women's team could compete, hold their own in a training session against a top men's team.
Okay.
As you said, in terms of ball possession, tactically, but physicality, of course, it's just not even. It's not even fair.
Thank you.
I'm not supposed to be here. Are we living in a dream? Are we living?
What you know about rolling down in the deep? When your brain goes numb, you can call that mental freeze. When these people talk too much, put that shit in slow motion. Yeah, I feel like an astronaut in the ocean.
Beginners, weight class 120 to 134.9. In third place from Jungle Gym, we have Leah Wiggins. In second place, we have Ronnie Sofo.
Watch the takedown.
And in first place and taking home the gold, Ali Raja.
Keep going around, keep going around, keep going around. Keep going, reverse it. Side control, side control. That's it, now finish. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. You got it. All right. Don't look at the time. Turn it there, Joey. Turn. Don't look at the time. There you go, good. Got it.